everyone. How are you all? What's been happening? And
Maddie,
welcome,
and
welcome to Pioneer Prosperity Movement.
yep,
And we'll do a quick tech check. Welcome
yeah,
to another episode, and it is
mm,
143rd,
fourth
144th
is that
episode.
44th episode. Anyway, guys, actually, we just moved in to
Yeah,
a
just
different place. Of course, you
set
may
it
be
up.
knowing this is our ninth
The
month
month
of
of
our
travel,
travel, and we just moved to a different location where we are in
Beenley.
Bean Lake Showground.
Yeah,
It's a caravan park.
south of Brisbane. Not
Mm.
very far, but welcome to 144th Sunday business episode.
Non-stop, guys, continuous 44 episodes. This is the 144. So
Check.
just check whether it's we are doing a tech check, guys. Just a second.
So whether you're going
Just to
all,
check
all,
the
all the
sound. Hello. Check, guys. Just a second. Yeah, beautiful.
yeah,
Okay.
all good. So whether
Yes, all good and amazing. So you can off that as well. That's good, guys. So wherever you're tuning in from, say hello, hi, and where you're tuning in from. So that will be great and amazing. I'm just still fiddling with this. Yeah, and just hashtag live if you're watching a real live, hashtag live, or if you're watching replay, hashtag replay, and comment and what is that?
and also feel
Interact with
free
us.
to share it with your friends who might you think benefit from.
Yeah, achieving the financial freedom, because what the topic that we are going to share with you is no one talks to you about, no one tells you about. Of course, each and every online business talks to you about the freedom, financial freedom, money, and financial freedom. You can
this
achieve
and that.
financial freedom, but who is actually really talks to you about the way to achieve the financial freedom? Financial freedom at the same time, it's not just achieving a financial freedom. See, there are so many number of ways to do it. I'm not saying that this is the only way, but there are so many number of business to do. But which business can not only provide a financial freedom but also wealth in wealth as a whole? Because wealth is not just money. I repeat again, wealth is not just money. You need to understand that. And the reason why I'm saying this, because wealth includes spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, and financial. There is no point having a financial freedom but time poor, relationship poor, emotionally poor, getting stressed, getting frustrated, getting anxious about the life, and what's the point? There's no point. So that is why financial freedom must also comes along with, should also come along with the time freedom.
Yeah. And also there's a lot of when we take about or talk about online businesses in general in social media, there's like a very gray line in between financial stability, financial independence, so and then financial freedom. So there's a lot of gray line. People have their own and own things on what it comes to financial freedom. Well, some say like oh, if I don't have to worry about my bills, that is my financial freedom. I if I achieve this one, if I don't have to see my wallet or for paying and spending things, that is my finance. So everyone have their own
Different definitions or
opinions.
opinion
Yeah,
about. But at the same point of
opinions, yeah.
time, guys, okay, who we are to talk about? We didn't introduce ourselves
Okay,
first of
we
all.
reintroduce
Why we are
ourselves.
talking about all these things is, it means, of course, I am Maddie.
Sudha.
So we worked in the job, of course, as a physiotherapist professionally in a healthcare job for nearly 23 years. We worked in a job in different countries across the globe. Why we are saying this? Because of course financially we were good enough and
For
successful.
how many years?
23 years.
Yeah.
23 years. So to say that financially, of course, you may or may not know, it's one of the highly paid job in Australia. Financially we were good enough, so but at the same point of time, we can't achieve the financial freedom there. Financial freedom is not just paying the bills alone, not worrying about the bills alone. It's way beyond that. Okay. Whereas in saying that, of course, physiotherapy is a very good profession. I'm not blaming the profession. I like it to be a physio as well. But at the same point of time, that is not the way towards achieving financial freedom. And even though, of course, the money is coming in, the good money, of course, coming in, and also we are having a financial stability and success as well. I won't say success, financial stability to meet the demands, to make the ends meet, with something here and there.
We were very
But at the
time
same,
poor.
yeah, that's what I'm about to say. We are very time poor. The reason, because I used to work 60 hours a week, including Saturdays and sometimes Sunday as well, and almost 10 hours a day. And you used to work.
I worked from 38. I went to 45 to 50 hours in a week.
So think about that way. Like we both are, of course, parents, and we have two kids.
Yeah.
So we sent our kids to preschool care and daycare and child care and whatever the care. We did that all those things
Yeah.
too. And how many of you, if you're a parent, do you like to send your kids to the preschool care or daycare or child care or after school care? No, right? Even we didn't like it. But what we have been told is that is normal.
Yeah, that's the
Since everyone
only
is
way.
doing, that is normal. Of course, what is the way? That is the only way. If you're working in a job to make money, that is the only way. You need to send your kid, blah 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 blah. That's what we did. But at the same point of time, are we happy? Are we happy?
No, not at all.
No, not at all, right? If you're a parent, you can very well listen to it. Are you happy to send your kid to your child care or daycare or preschool care or after school care? No, we are not happy. We can very well listen to that, right? So then, if you are not happy and leaving the kid in the care and then going to the job and thinking about the kids all the time,
Yeah.
that is the life. We couldn't see the meaning behind having a kid and leaving them there and then going to the job and thinking about them, not being present truly with them. So financially we are stable enough to a certain extent, but we are completely time poor
Mm.
and also emotionally poor, and we had a better understanding. But in fact, I could say many couples are having a relationship poor as well. Yeah. So why we are
And
saying
yeah, and also we like every week it's like pretty much waiting for that 2 days, when we can spend the family as a family, like a
mm,
quality time together. So we're looking forward for that 5 days, like non-stop working and things, and then just wait for those 2 days when it will come to be as a family,
mm,
together.
mm,
So
mm.
that was really longing for a long time.
Exactly. So and also in fact that we felt like a single parent, because the reason, because I used to go to work. When I start to work, my kids will be at bed, and I come back to work, my kids will be ready, getting ready for the bed.
Yeah, that's true.
That is used, that's usually the between Monday to Friday, and Saturday again I'll work,
Yeah.
and we hardly see each other. It's not a we hardly see each other, but we hardly spend time together each other. That is what the life was, and that is not a meaningful life. And that is why we felt that, okay, financially stable, but what is the point? We are not being at home. We used to call it as a home, but we are not being at home only for sleeping. Only we're coming back to the home,
Yeah, that's true.
and we felt that that's enough. That is something else. It's other alternative. That is where we get to know the business. Okay, going before going back to the business, there are so many business. In fact, the real estate and so many things are talking about financial freedom. But just get a clear understanding about, if you can achieve financial freedom, that's good. But what is the point of having a financial freedom without having a time freedom,
Time for yourself.
without having a location freedom, without having a health
Mm.
benefits or health freedom, working all the time, hustling all the time to make the money? Where is the life there?
Yeah.
It's not wealth. Wealth is not just money alone. That is what we completely realize, that how to achieve financial freedom, but at the same time spending time with family, being with family, with a time freedom, with a location freedom, and on top of that, being authentic and being honest, and designing your day according to what you love to do, and becoming you as an own boss. How to do that, and how to become location freedom, because we both like to travel. We do not want to stick on to one single place. How to do that? What kind of business can offer the time freedom
Location.
and being authentic, being yourself, truly yourself, and location freedom as well. At the same point of time, health freedom as well. What kind of business can do that? That is what exactly the business you should be after. It's not only about the money making, because money is not the only solution for all the problems. But at the same point of time, I'm not saying money is not important. Money is absolutely important. Yeah. At the same point of time, what is the point of having money
Mm.
without having a time to
Time.
spend the
Yeah.
money? There is no point having a longing for the weekend only, just for only 1 or 2 days, or longing for the longing for the holidays time. There's no point of having it. That is what you must know about. It is not about achieving the financial freedom by compromising, by sacrificing your time, or compromising or sacrificing your relationship, or compromising or sacrificing your family time. There is
And
no point.
and also we've been talking to lots of dads and moms who are reaching us for, because they said we are only financially present with our children, only financially present. So they are able to provide whatever the kids, schools or classes, but they are never there to enjoy when the kids perform, or never been to any of the school events and things like that. There's like they agree when they reach us, they agree like there's totally no time together or time for ourselves. They said we are only financially present, or it's even worse, it's only either one of the parent is present at all times.
Hmm.
So that's been more recently, uh, whoever reaching us in the past.
Yeah, yeah. So think about it for a second. As we mentioned before, you may be financially successful, you may be having a financial freedom or something like that, but do you have a time apart from the weekend life? Are you living every day with your kids, or are you spending majority of your time at work, including the traffic, excluding the traffic hours? Are you spending majority of your time for yourself or with your family, or are you spending majority of your time at work or related to work? You definitely say majority of your time you're spending at work, right? That is not freedom if you're doing so, right? So that is what you must see, that is what you must know about, that no one talks about it. Everyone talks about financial freedom, but they don't talk about the time freedom. They don't talk about the location
Location freedom.
freedom. They don't talk about the
Health.
being yourself, authentic to yourself. They don't talk about that. And health freedom. They don't talk about all those sort of things. You need to work hard for money. You need to work hard in your job, blah, blah, blah. That's what they all say. You need to invest, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course, doing an investment. But at the same time, what's the point of hustling all the time? Yeah, you want to say something?
A lot of them feel like, yeah, when he said like most of the time at work, most of them who reach, again I say, because this is all we know, like who reaches to wanting to start an online business, they are in their work mostly 16 hours, 14 to 16 hour shift, double shift. And
A day,
also,
a
yeah,
day.
yeah, and also working extra hours, like overtime, you get
Mm,
overtime
mm,
pay and
mm,
things like that. And most of them also take weekend shift, because you get paid a little bit more. So weekends are gone, the nights are gone by doing double shifts, and some do double jobs. So totally there is absolutely no time for themselves or for the family. Only thing is, like, and also when you have to be physically present in a place at a particular time, absolutely the word freedom is totally
gone,
gone.
gone.
When you have to be a certain time at a certain place to be able to make money, then the word freedom is not
Nothing.
existing there.
Yeah, exactly. So that these and all the things you must
Understand?
understand, know, and based on that, then you have to see the meaning behind the financial freedom.
Yeah.
Without knowing this, without understanding this, then all through the life you will be working for the money. And number two, the most important thing that we are going to share with you is you must also be have a financial literacy. Oh, I know about financial literacy. No, no, that's fine. Do you know the functions of money? Do you have an idea about the functions of money? So 5,000 years ago, money has been created as a tool for a trade.
Yeah.
Is it or not?
Yeah, because you have something and then I have something, so they were bartering, exchanging things. And then there is a situation where I don't want what you have, but I want something else, so there's nothing in common to exchange directly. So they want something else. So how to make it work? That's
Mm,
when
mm,
money came into
mm.
places in a paper, written value of, you can get a worth of
This
bags
much.
of
Yeah.
grains for one cow, those things written
Mm,
in.
mm.
And then later it became
Yeah.
money, the
So
value of paper.
that's how money has been created, basically to serve humans. So that is what the functions of money. The function of money is to serve humans. But what actually now it's happening, instead of money serving humans, people are working. You are working for money. Is it or not? If you're working in a job, or if you're working in a small business, if you're having a small business, or if you are self-employed, it means you are working for money without understanding the functions of money. Money is basically created to serve humans as a tool, but when you're working for the money, who is the mastering you? Money is mastering you. That is why you always say that money is the solution for all the problems. Money is the root of all evil at the same time. Money is the only problem in our life. I'm financially struggling. The reason why you're saying, the reason because you are being controlled by the money. When you're getting controlled by the money, then of course, definitely you're having your money problems. Definitely you're having a financial struggle. Definitely you'll
Yeah.
be working for the money all the time without understanding the functions of it. Nobody talks about this. They all talk about financial freedom, but at the same time, it will end up in working for the money. There's no point. As long as you're working for the money, by being actively present in your job or in your small business or self-employed, you may achieve, not through the job, through the small business or through the self-employment, you may achieve some sort of financial freedom, but not wealth.
Yeah.
Definitely not. You'll not be wealthy because you'll become time poor, you'll become emotionally relationship poor without being with family. That is not life is all about. Yeah, is it or not?
Yeah.
So in that case, you must understand first of all, the when you're about to achieve the when you're going to when you're in the process of achieving the financial freedom, do you have time freedom? Do you have location freedom? Whatever the process that you're going through to make the money to achieve financial freedom, is that business? Of course, not the job. Is that business? Is providing you the time freedom? Is that business is providing you the location
Your
freedom?
freedom.
Is that business is providing you the health freedom? Is that business is making you to be you, authentically and truly you? You need to answer all those things. If it is not, it means that there is no meaning behind achieving financial freedom. You'll end up in working all through your life by hustling for the money, where the money will always be a problem to you. Even though you achieve financial freedom, still the money will be a problem. You know why? Because the moment you stop working for the money, there is no cash flow. When there is no cash flow, again the money problem comes. Did you get what I mean to say? That is what you must know, where no one talks about it. No
Yeah.
business talks about it. Everyone talks about financial freedom, but they don't talk about this kind of things. So now you need to know functions of money is, what is that function of money? Is make the money to work for you. Money has been created as a tool to work for you, not you working for the money. When you understand this function, that is where you end up in making the money to work for you. That is where you achieve the true financial freedom, by means of achieving the time freedom, location freedom, and health freedom, and by living your day every single day rather than only on the weekends or the holidays, by being with your family or by being yourself, by truly being yourself. That is what the true way of ideal method of achieving financial freedom, because that is what that is where you're going to create the wealth. Wealth is not just money alone, because we have come across so many people who are having the financial success and freedom, financial freedom, but at the same point of time, they don't have a time. They don't have a time, first of all.
Yeah.
So that is what you must look for, and based on this understanding, based on this knowledge, now you have to seek for what kind of business can offer that,
With all.
with
Yeah.
time freedom,
Um, location
location
freedom,
freedom, health
health freedom.
freedom, and being yourself, and also the financial freedom. You have to seek for that kind of business, whether that business can offer that, whether the business can able to provide the help and mentorship to you. That is what you must look for. When you look for that kind of business, eventually you will not only be financially free, but also time free, location free, and be by yourself. Of course, financial free as well. Is what you must look for. So now ask yourself, is the way that you're bringing in money, whether you have financial freedom or Is where they will begin money for cash flow to you, for your family. Is it business or your job or your self-employment?
Yeah.
Does provide you the time freedom? Does provide you the location freedom? Does provide you health freedom? No, not at all. Never. So now it is you to make a decision. What you're going to do? Are you going to remain being there? This is the only way to achieve financial. Are you going to remain being there? But this is the point of selling or trading your time for money. You're just looking for the money all your life till 60, 70, or this is the time that you realize by understanding all these things. What is other option? What is the alternative? Because as we said before, there's no point having a financial freedom without being the family, without being for yourself, by spending all your time for the money. Yeah.
Yeah, got to start somewhere
Mm.
where a business vehicle which ticks all the boxes, because without one, when you have the other, it's like no point, especially when you have to be in a certain place in a certain time, then there is no
Yeah.
there's no freedom exists there. So along with financial freedom, so time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom mutually, so all this, in the same place, or which is one thing which will be able to give all of that. So
Yep.
you have to choose a business vehicle which ticks all the boxes
Exactly.
and works for you.
That's the main important thing. So if you're looking for such kind of business, then we have a solution for you. The reason, because we were in a job for 23 years. At the same point of time, I also had a small business, that is photography business.
Yep.
So I did both the area. I did, of course, I worked for a job and
Yeah,
also did a small
owned,
business.
yeah.
But I found out that that is not the way the life is supposed to be, because
Yeah.
I was spending almost most of my time over there. Then I realized that that is not the way. What else is another option? So if you have understanding about the cash flow quadrant, you can understand very well what I'm talking about. If you haven't, then it's a time now, guys. Go. If you have read already the book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and Cash Flow Quadrant, if you have read already, go and read it again. If you haven't read already, I recommend these two books. Two books, Rich Dad Poor Dad and Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah,
You
Simon
must read that book. If you read those books, you can understand very well what we are talking about in depth as well. So now, that is where you need to, by understanding all these things, that is where you need to seek for a business where you can do the business from anywhere, and also the business which provides you the time freedom. The reason why we are saying this, because if the if the business doesn't have a system in place, if the business doesn't have an automation in place, it means it requires you to be there always, all the time. That is not the way you achieve the time freedom. That is where you need to look for whether the business is having a system in place, whether the business is having an automation in place, whether the business can work for you, will run for you even in your absence. If any business runs for you even in your absence by means of automation 24/7 globally, that is where you make cash flow, you make more money. That is where you achieve the time freedom. Any business without an automation, there is no time freedom. Any business without an automation, there is no time freedom. And you don't need to be tech savvy. In fact, when we joined the business after 23 years of physiotherapy practice from medical field, we don't have any idea about this online business. But what we had is a determination to achieve the freedom of life, the time freedom first of all. And for that determination, we are we are open to learn, the willingness to learn, willingness to change our life, willingness to step out of the comfort zone, because what we know is online business is a scam. That's what we know.
Yeah.
And we were hiding ourselves. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do anything like that. We are not that kind of people. And I would fail. I'm not that kind of person. I don't really think about that.
It doesn't work for
It
us.
doesn't work for me. We had those similar stories.
Yeah.
But how long we are going to say those similar stories, but not living, getting trapped into the life where we are stuck with. So in that case, we were willing enough to change our life. We were willing enough to step out of the comfort zone. We were willing enough to learn, to change our story. By means of our willing enough to invest our time and money for ourselves, then we became coachable. When we are coachable, with a strong determination. Now, in the 3 years' time, now we are living our life. I quit my job in 10 months' time, and she quit her job last
Last year.
March. Almost 1 year
One year.
more. 1 year.
1 year. Yeah.
I'm 2.5 years before. You are 1 year
1 year.
before. And now, for the past 9 months, we have been traveling with the family, being with the family all the time. That is what the meaningful family life is, being with the family. And of course, our first son is already with me in our business, and our second daughter is in the homeschooling, world schooling, and we are traveling because this is what we like to
Like to
do.
do. Yeah.
You may say that okay, one day probably after 60, 65, okay, you can travel after 65, but that time does your kids will be with you? No. Will you be having the same physical ability? No, definitely no. So in that case, what is the point of doing it later? Maybe one day, maybe someday. Why not you do it now? You can do it now. That is what the true freedom is. That is what the real financial freedom is, along with the time freedom, location freedom, and health freedom. That is what the business you must seek for. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, if you a lot of them know online business is the only go. Now everyone realize that, but a lot of them have like a fear to start, or
Mm,
where to start,
mm, mm, mm.
whom to approach, and where do I even begin,
Yeah.
just everyone know online is the only way
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
achieve the
Exactly.
location freedom and time freedom if there is systems already set up. So everyone knows online business, but when it comes to something very new, what they've done before, especially if you worked for a while, it will be really
Yeah.
a very new thing to step in. So definitely what we suggest is talk to people who already been in the path for some years and have a proven
Track
track
record.
record of success. Talk to them,
Yeah. And also living with freedom, living with
yeah.
time freedom.
So talk to them, and then do not
Hesitate.
do not hesitate, and do not ask opinion from people who have never done any online
That's a
business.
Yeah. I would like to say one thing.
Yeah,
If you are going to talk about the people, if you want to achieve the time freedom to be with your family, to be for yourself, and also financial freedom, ask opinion from the people who are already doing it. Because
Already
there are
achieved.
only 1% of population who are living like that around the world among 8.5 billion people. So it means if you want to become the 1% of population, then you must do what the remaining 99% of people are hesitate to do.
Yep.
That's what you must be willing and open towards it. And if you go and ask the opinion from the 99% people, what they say, there's no such thing like that. It is too good to believe it to be true, and
Yeah.
it is a scam, blah, blah, blah. There's no point of asking the opinion from their people who are
Those who
working
haven't
for the
done.
money.
Yeah.
So you must ask from the person who is already living that from there, living like that, and learn from them. When you're open to learn from them, that is where exactly your life starts. Okay, and if you're seeking for such kind of business, see whether the business is having information, see whether the help and mentorship is provided to you, see whether that there is a high commission, and see whether the business is globally and legally copyrighted, protected, patented, and you can do it globally 24/7. Means the business works for you through an automation. If the business can provide all these things, it is where you achieve true freedom. What is true freedom? Time, location, health, and financial freedom. And by being yourself, by being honestly yourself. That is what the business that you must look for. If you're looking for some kind of business, and if you like to jump on from being a small business owner, being a self-employed, being a job, if you feel that you are stuck over there, how much ever I'm working, it's not enough. How much ever I'm working, there is no time. Of course, you are trading the time for money. And if you need to shift from that mentality, from life to the real aspect of living life with freedom, we are here to provide you. We are here to first of all educate you about business we are actually doing, how this business has made us to live the life of what we're living now, how the business helped us to transform from what we were to what we are now, and how who we are becoming now, and what kind of supply community that we have, and what kind of business is this, what does it really involve, and how you can also be a global business owner, independent direct business owner, direct business owner. You're not going to work under us.
Yeah.
And how we are going to help and provide mentorship to you, one-to-one mentorship to you, and also how much money you can make, including passive, legacy, and generational wealth. If you're looking for such kind of opportunity, a business opportunity through online, if you're open enough, if you're willing to change your life, if you're willing to invest time and money for yourself, if you are coachable, and if you have a strong desire and determination, we are here for you. We are going to provide you all the information that you must know, all the actual information that you must know upfront before you even make a decision. But I'm going to tell you one thing: the information that we are going to provide has changed our life. Without any exaggeration, we are telling that. Without any exaggeration, we are
Yeah,
telling that the information that we are going to provide has changed not only our life. There are 2 million people around the globe are doing this business. It has changed their life too.
yeah,
Without any exaggeration, telling you. So you're going to look into that kind of information. Once you see, you can't unsee. Once you learn, you can't unlearn. So in saying that, when you're reaching this, ask yourself, changing my life, achieving financial freedom, and achieving my wealth, whether it is my top priority. If it is your top priority, reach us. Say, for example, in a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the most. You must come with a 10 out of 10. If anything less than 9, we are not here to waste our time. So do yours. Did you get that? So we are here to provide you all the upfront information. But at the same time, we are not for everyone. We are here for people who are really willing, coachable, and having a strong determination. If you are such kind of person, if you say that it is your top priority, let's go. Let's go. And we are here to provide a hand for you.
yeah.
And let's all succeed together here.
We
We are here
succeed,
to succeed
succeed
together,
together.
right? We are here to success is your responsibility. So reach us
Yeah,
and we succeed
succeed together.
together.